This year's show is entitled Jagged Line, and Jagged Line is represented in a bunch of different ways. The first and most obvious way that it's represented is the stage that's on the 50, and with our front ensemble set up this year, we put the instruments at 45-degree angles, so it's also a representation of the jagged line. We also have lots of space in between the front ensemble elements to create more opportunities for unique visual staging areas for our visual designers. Musically this year with Jagged Line, we tried to choose repertoire that has a very eclectic quality to it, so that in itself we had to consider the soundscape, connecting all of the elements together. And one of the things that we discovered is that there are vocal elements in all of the pieces, so that's like a common thread. In the show, we tried to use vocal elements throughout as part of the soundscape. Probably one of the more unique ways we do this is we actually recorded the core singing through Grow Till Tall, which is our ballad production, and we use that as the backdrop and soundscape for that particular movement. One of the interesting things that we do here is we have the opportunity with the speakers to create different pockets of sound throughout the fields. They're more meant for atmosphere and for more opportunities to create, sound in different places.
So when you look at the field, the instruments that are out on the 25-yard line in what we call front ensemble pod 1 is amplified from front speakers 1, 2, and a little bit of 3. So it's a really nice marriage between the acoustic and what you also see visually in that moment.
With this particular show, sometimes we use it to create tension or maybe a little bit of uncomfortable moments when perhaps the core is on one side, but there are gibberish elements or vocal elements on the other side.
The front ensemble staff member has a talkback mic, and they can give immediate feedback to the members of the front ensemble.
Best parts, I think, about the in-ear monitors is it allows us as a staff to have immediate feedback to the kids. A lot of times, even real-time feedback. I can be making comments, encouraging them to play faster here, slower there, or to make brief commentary after a certain moment in order to get information out of my head and into their ears as quickly as possible.
It's just way more efficient. No one's having to scream, especially like the pit staff. If we were on the stadium and we were set up from 20 to 20 and one person was trying to talk to all of us at once, we'd have to go away from our boards and all meet somewhere or something just for them to be able to talk to us. So staff being able to talk to us through our ears, not have to yell, just talk at a normal volume, say what needs to be said. Even sometimes it's just us or something like that. They can be talking through us as we're going. There's a lot of advantages. The main one is that you can kind of isolate exactly what you need to hear as a player. So for me, I just hear a little bit of myself and a little bit of Josh, our center mallet player. And that way we're really able to get a good front to back connection as well as a very solid front ensemble connection with being so far spread. Also just as a communication tool between members, being able to talk through our microphones if we need to say something really quick and everybody can hear it across the ensemble.
We also have solo elements in the show, and they're affected solos. This is something that Bluecoats have done in the past, and we always try to do it in new ways. And it is our intent to basically take something maybe that is acoustic at this moment and shift it. So this year we're using pedal boards with our trumpets towards the end of the show.
The pedal boards are a really cool addition to our show. Alan and I, we've got to actually spend a few blocks on our own just working on the pedals and exploring. The actual solo itself is based off of the guitar solos in Psycho Pomp, so it allows us to sound more like a guitar. I actually spent time transcribing that guitar solo and to have it come to life as actually sounding kind of like a guitar. Really awesome.
The thing tying all of our productions together, we can pan different ways. We can pan front to back, we can pan from outside to inside and inside to outside, and we're trying to explore all of those in unique and subtle ways. Again, not for volume's sake, but for texture and for feel.